Hello and welcome. Carrie here from Healing Humanity, Power of a Proper Human Diet. Today I'm thankful, grateful, blessed. It's our live carnivore open mic. We are here to hear your stories, share your stories. I'm going to share the link to this stream with everybody, with the whole world, everybody here in the chat. And if you're interested in joining and sharing your story, we'll be able to do that. So if you have any questions, we're going to do a little giveaway here, and I've got a quick announcement, and then I'll share the link. Normally, I'm at the world-famous Montello Theater right now, but I was having some internet problems there last week, so crazy day. Was just at the theater. We got the movie going, and I rushed home here, and I made it a minute late, so apologies for that. We're going to give away a Healing Humanity t-shirt. So if you leave a comment, give me your best question and use hashtag ribeye. Hashtag ribeye. And during the stream, I will do a random drawing from all of those questions entered, and someone's going to win a Healing Humanity shirt. I got one other announcement. We are going to be in Ontario, Canada, May 10th. That's soon, right? That's like less than 2 weeks away. Dr. Kiltz is going to be there. Shout out Dr. Kiltz. Dwight Garlow is going to be there. Ronnie Campbell. Emma's going to be speaking. We might even get Jen up on stage and sharing her story. There may be another addition at the last minute too. So we're going to have some individuals sharing their inspiring stories of healing on the stage. I'm going to share some updates from the documentary. We're going to share a little teaser trailer from the documentary that we didn't share anywhere else except for at a previous meetup. So it hasn't been shared on YouTube or to the public. And we're working on trailer 2 coming soon. So I'm really excited for that. So if you guys want to join us at one of our meetups, it's healinghumanity.movie for events. And there's a link in the description below, because besides Ontario, Canada, we're also going to be in Washington State, possibly Washington, D.C. There's a bunch more. Montello Theater, we're going to be doing another meetup here. So check it out. See, we're also, go to drkiltz.com. Shout out Dr. Kiltz. drkiltz.com, the homepage, they have all of the meetups listed there and some additional ones as well. So, all right. So leave your best question or comment with hashtag ribeye. I am going to post a link to the stream. Let me see here. Let me just get myself organized. How's everyone doing? Where are you from and what'd you eat today? I am doing wonderful. I'm from Montello, Wisconsin. And today I ate 4 burger patties and I ate scrambled eggs with ground beef mixed in. And it was fantastic. What did you guys eat today? All right, I'm getting things ready here. Let's see who we got in the chat. Hey, it's Target Prime Rib. How's it going, Thomas? Hope you're doing well. Dr. Nelson. Dr. Nelson's incredible. Speaking of stories of healing, Dr. Nelson has an incredible story of his own. Booby Goats is going to be listening while making steak for her children. That's awesome. I do hope he doesn't cancel this. New people and stories are so inspiring. I would love to do this every Saturday. People, let's go, as long as we get enough stories. It felt like it was kind of teetering out, like we weren't getting, but then we had quite a few last week. So hopefully we will get more tonight. So I'm going to post the link in just a minute. And it's just like Zoom. You click on the link, it opens up in your browser. If you got a camera, you can come on, share your story. You got 5 minutes to try to inspire others with your story of healing. Papa Carnivore is here. D. Lee, howdy, how's it going? Sherry Morgan, love and light from California. All right, I see a couple questions. I'm going to star those questions, and we're going to get to those as well. So if you have any questions for me, now keep in mind, I am a moron, right? I'm not a doctor. If you got a doctor question, go watch Dr. Barry's live on Monday. Those are incredible. I'm not a doctor, but I have traveled all around the world, and I've interviewed 46 people now for the documentary and hundreds more. So if you have questions from perhaps an individual perspective, I'll do my best to answer those. And if I can't answer them, we got Dr. Nelson here in the chat too, and we've got some others that could probably answer your questions if it's a doctor question. Here's a question I can answer from Noma. Hello, how do you know you're in ketosis? Well, there's a couple of methods for testing that. You can get those strips, but there's issues with those in accuracy. You can get the Keto Mojo. You can get the Keto Mojo. Check that out. They sell those on Amazon, and that'll give you a very accurate reading. And you can really dial things in to see how deep in ketosis you're getting, like if you're getting that very therapeutic level of ketosis. All right, I'm going to take one or two more questions. I'm going to star the questions and then answer them later on in the stream, and then I'm going to give the link out. Papa Carnivore, what advice can you give to new carnivores to address cravings for sugar and carbs? Great question, Papa Carnivore. I can definitely answer this one. Fat, fat, fat. If you're having cravings, it is most likely because you're not getting enough fat. Now, if you're just starting carnivore, you're going to have cravings because you're overcoming that sugar addiction. What helped me was admitting that my entire life I was addicted to sugar and carbs, and understanding that being addicted to sugar doesn't just mean being addicted to candy and table sugar. If it's a carb, it converts in your blood to glucose. If it's a pasta, if it's a baked potato, it converts to glucose. And for me, if I have any of those things, I'm jonesing for more sugar. So it's all about abstaining. But if you get those cravings, increase the fat, make sure you're eating enough and that you're full. And realize, like, the first couple of weeks that you're starting carnivore, you are going to have those cravings. Just like an alcoholic trying to quit alcohol, they're going to have cravings. They're going to want to relapse. But it doesn't last forever. And if you abstain 100%, some people don't abstain 100%. They're like, I did good all week. No, I'm going to have a little bit of carbs, a little bit of sugar, and they perpetuate it. They make it harder. If you abstain 100%, and you say, I'm doing this for 30 days, I'm going to do carnivore for 30 days, or better yet, 60 or 90 days, do it strict, abstain, and when you get over that hump, it'll be a lot easier. I have no cravings for sugar anymore, and I was the biggest sugar addict in the world before this. Thank you, Papa Carnivore. You're amazing, my friend. Big Bubba Gone Wild. When do the Montello meetup tickets go on sale? I would say within the next 2 weeks. We're just trying to figure out a few more details. So more to come soon on that one. All right, I'm going to, if you asked a question, we're still going to get to the questions, but I'm going to post this right now. So here we go. In the chat, in 1 second, when I hit enter and shut up, is going to be a link for this. It's just like Zoom. You click on it. If we get a whole bunch of people, hopefully we can get to everybody. So my apologies if you sit in the background waiting. We do one person at a time, first come, first serve, 5 minutes to try to share your best carnivore story. And if you have a YouTube channel, a website, social media, and you want to shout it out to the world, let's go. Rising tide lifts all ships. Like, if you're trying to get the word out there and help other people, I'm more than happy to shout out what you're doing in return for you being brave and coming on here and sharing your story. So with that said, boom, it's in the chat right now. StreamYard link, you just click on that link and we'll bring you right on. I promise, it's painless. No need to be worried. You come on and I will say, what led you to a carnivore diet? What sort of health issues did you have that led you to a carnivore diet? And then you go on with your story and hopefully inspire a bunch of people. All right, let's see here. I got to force quit something here in the background. All right, while we're doing that, I'm going to check, see if we have any other questions here. Have you come across anyone for whom carnivore doesn't work? For example, people who can't tolerate meat or feel worse on carnivore. Very, very, very rarely. And honestly, people can get mad at me. I think the people that say that, like, oh, I tried carnivore for 3 weeks, I just couldn't stand it, I couldn't tolerate the meat, I couldn't do it. I don't think they did it properly. I don't think they gave it the right amount of time. And just easy. There's some people have to ease into it more. My wife did vegetarian most of her life. So if you eat a vegetarian diet for 35 years, or you eat the standard American diet and sugar, it's going to be hard adapting. And some people, they give up during that adaptation phase. That's really hard. I know there's like the Lone Star tick you can get where you can't tolerate meat like legitimately, but that's such a small percentage of people, and there's still ways around that. I really feel like people that struggle on carnivore or temporarily feel worse on carnivore, they just aren't dialed in properly. And I know it sounds so simple, right? This is just carnivore. Just eat some meat. What could possibly be wrong? It's more complicated than that. And a lot of people will start carnivore. They'll just eat meat. And 3 weeks in, they're feeling miserable. Why? Because they're eating chicken and they're eating fish and they're not getting enough fat. It's all about getting fat. And there's nuance to it. There's electrolytes. There's things that could be going on with your gut bacteria, gut biome. So there's some nuance to it. And I feel like if people struggle those first couple of weeks, they may not be realizing the nuance. How do you stay committed to the lifestyle when your spouse isn't? Well, everyone's different, Kelly. That's a great question. For me, it was a matter of life or death. I was suffering horribly for years and years. I was on 15 medications. I was clinically depressed for almost 15 years on every medication. So for me, I had a powerful why. Whether or not my wife was going to do this with me, I needed to do this. I was doing it not just for myself. I was doing this for my children, who I was depressed, fat, lump on the couch, and I wasn't there for my children. So my why was more powerful than me. And my spouse eventually came around. The other thing that helped me was my spouse and I have never eaten similarly. I've always loved meat, and she was vegetarian most of her life. So we always made do. The thing of it is like, if you're just, most people, they're like, I'm doing carnivore, but my spouse isn't. But their spouse is still eating regular foods, meat and potatoes, and maybe a side, but there's usually a meat dish. So it's not that big of a stretch to have your spouse, if they refuse to do carnivore, they can have the meat in the side, and you can have the meat, and you can make more meat. I know it's easier said than done, but it's definitely possible. I did it. I know a lot of other carnivores have. And lean on the community would be my other advice for you, Kelly. Lean on the community. So even if both you and your spouse are doing this, you're going to feel isolated. You're the weird ones out, right? The whole world's eating sugar and carbs, and you're the odd one out. So having a community, and you don't have to pay for a community. We have our Healing Humanity community. We charge $30 a month. It's 50% off right now. You can use the promo code in the description. You see it on the bottom of the page. So it's $15 for 1 month. We do 12 Zoom calls a week. We have doctors, experts, individuals. This is for someone that needs more community, needs more help. But you don't have to do that. I was in Dr. Barry's group for a while, but most of my community was YouTube. Just watching YouTube videos. I was watching Dante Ferrigno all the time, Kelly Hogan, Dr. Barry. It's all this free content out there. And you can get in the chat like Papa Carnivore does, and you can talk to people in there, and you can have your community there. So having a community, I think, is my other suggestion for you, Kelly. I'm getting some good questions here. So is anyone going to be brave and jump on? I shared the link in the chat. Click on that link if you want to come on and share your story. I'm going to catch up on some of these questions in the meantime. Hey, guess what? Guess what happened today? Did anyone guess? Jen hit a big milestone today. Anyone know what it is? Anyone? 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 She hit 400 days on the carnivore diet. We did a little video. It's not live yet. She's down 55 pounds. She doesn't really care about the weight. She's healed so much, so much. There's some haters out there. We're giving Jen a hard time because she wasn't losing weight as fast as her husband. And I came to her defense, rightfully so, because it's garbage argument. The body will prioritize healing. And my wife birthed triplets. So that's quite a bit of trauma. And ever since she had the triplets, she's had horrible problems with water retention. Her legs have just been agonizing. And she tried everything, water pills, stocking. She went to the doctor over and over and over again. So for 17 years, she suffered with this. It's completely gone on carnivore. So the point of it was her body's healing incredibly. She's down 55 pounds. Her legs are normal for the first time in 17 years, and she doesn't have any more migraines. When she first started carnivore, she's like, every now and then I'll get one, but it's less frequent. No migraines anymore. It's just incredible. She just hit 400 days today. Today's day 400. So that was pretty awesome. My daughter Alyssa, we just launched a video this morning. She's killing it on carnivore too. It's pretty amazing having the whole family eating a proper human diet. Jody, wow, we got some good questions here. Thank you for the good questions. I really appreciate the good questions. The good questions help the community. We're not just answering this question for Jody. This may help somebody else or spur on some more conversation. Do you have a number one thing every morning when you wake up that I do every morning when I wake up? I do. Every morning when I wake up, thankful, grateful, blessed. And I say that probably 500 times a day because I'm thankful to be alive. I'm grateful to be alive. I'm blessed. It's an absolute miracle that any of us are here. And it's a miracle that I am here now, living my life without any brain fog, no longer a depressed, fat slob sitting on the couch, ignoring my family and my children, being present, being in the moment. I couldn't be more thankful. So I start every morning with gratitude. I try to start every morning after that, immediately going outside. I always have excuses because I'm here in Wisconsin, but I've been doing it lately and I'm going to continue doing it because we've got some nice weather now. I like to get outside. I like to get sunshine in my eyes first thing. You don't want artificial phone light in your eyes. You don't want the bathroom light. You don't want your bedroom light. You don't want your TV. You don't want no stupid screen in your eyes. You want natural sunshine in your eyes. It sounds so silly and it sounds so simple, but I'll tell you what, Jody, give it a try once. It's what humans have been doing since the start of time. And it resets your circadian rhythm. You'll notice your sleep starts improving. You'll notice I have just gratitude when I go out there and I look at the sun. Everything slows down. I can hear the different birds chirping, and it's like you're a part of nature. There's something very primal about it. When I say primal, I'm thinking of a good example for you guys. Imagine you're camping and you start a campfire. You get almost hypnotized by that campfire. You're staring at that fire. There's something primal about that too. Why is that? I think that's because us humans have been sitting around campfires since the start of time. And we've been going outside and we've been getting sunshine on our bodies since the start of time. But what we're doing right now in this day and age, we're sitting in a building, rebreathing circulated air, moldy air with artificial lights, looking at a dumb screen like I am right now. But this is for a good reason. And that's what I do in the morning. But I'd love to hear from the others in the chat here. We have 256 people on right now. What's the first thing you do every morning when you wake up? Great question, Jody. Thank you so much. Jody used hashtag ribeye. We're going to be giving away a Healing Humanity shirt. We have 25 entries so far, so be sure to post your question with hashtag ribeye. If I had to pick the best question, Jody, yours is right up there. Papa Carnivore is a new grandfather. My son and his wife had a baby girl 2 months ago named Ellie Jean. Oh, that is beautiful. Congratulations, Papa Carnivore. You're a new grandfather. Dr. Kiltz is a new grandfather. That's really cool. My grandmother's name was Jean, by the way. Big Butch, my mother recently had a stroke. She's been asking me about carnivore way of eating as she has seen the changes in my 7 months. My question is it late for her to start this way of eating? Oh, I could go on for this forever. 1,000,000%, Big Butch, it is not too late. It is never too late. In fact, we recently interviewed Dr. Ken Berry for a documentary, and that was one of the questions I had for him. So you guys are going to have to see his answer in the documentary because Dr. Berry's amazing, and his answer is 1,000,000 times better than anything I could give you here. But when he gave me the answer, I'm like, I couldn't agree more. I share that sentiment. He said, if you could put a mirror up to your face and there's fog on it, you should be doing carnivore. It is never too late. I've talked to people in their 80s that started carnivore with all sorts of health issues. And stroke, I've talked to several people who have had a stroke and have noticed improvements with that. The thing with carnivore is like, this is what I think of carnivore as. Most people, maybe Big Butch, is thinking carnivore, that's just eating meat only. I don't think that anymore. I don't think that at all in the slightest. What I'm thinking what we're doing here is we are eating the most natural foods in the world. There's 60,000 options in the grocery store. Meat is the most natural food you can eat. And if you can get it local from an independent farmer, it's even better. But even the grocery store meat, it is the cleanest, most natural foods we can eat, period. I would argue or debate anyone on that. And plant-based people would argue, what about plants? Plants are riddled with pesticides. They've got defense toxins in them. Fruits are just riddled with sugar now. We've altered fruit as man so many times now that an apple is just a big, gigantic ball of sugar. Better off eating a candy bar. It's going to spike your glucose the same way in your blood as a candy bar would. So to answer your question, Big Butch, of course, eating the most natural food in the world is best. The cow eats the plants. We eat the cow, we win. The cow, all the nutrients, everything you need to thrive is within a fatty piece of meat. There's nothing missing. I have had zero. I'm over 200 days. I'm over 760 days carnivore right now. I haven't had a single fruit. I haven't had a single vegetable. I haven't had starch. I haven't had anything. I've had beef, butter, bacon, eggs for 760 days. And I just got all my blood work done, and I'm absolutely thriving. I'm lacking for nothing. I didn't go into the doctor, and the doctor said, wait a minute, you have scurvy. Wait a minute, you're missing vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin XYZ. You're missing this. I was deficient in nothing because we need nothing but meat. The cow eats the plants. They've got nutrients in it. The cow processes it. We eat the cow. It's the most nutrient-dense food in the world, and we need nothing else. So absolutely, your mother should be eating a proper human diet. Your mother should be eating the most natural food in the world. When you eat this way, you eliminate not only all the inflammation in your body, but you're also eliminating glyphosate, which is a huge issue, and I think it's a bigger problem than most people realize. It's a weed killer. It's patented as an antibiotic, and every single time you're eating something that's basically not carnivore, if you're eating vegetables, if you're eating a bowl of cereal, you're consuming low levels of antibiotics and weed killer. And people will argue foolishly, it's the dose that matters. Well, if you have a small dose of antibiotics and weed killer in your gut chronically, multiple times a day, for weeks and months and years and decades, because that's what the majority of people walking around have been chronically consuming antibiotics and weed killer in their stomach in low levels for decades now. And it's just a coincidence, I guess, that there's an epidemic of leaky gut going on in the world. It's just a coincidence that fertility rates are in the ground. Depression is through the roof. Heart disease is the #1 killer. And today, we lost 1,700 poor souls to cancer. All of that is just a coincidence and has nothing to do with humanity's escape from what is natural. Sorry, I'm ranting and raving now, but that's my answer, Big Butch, 100%. And encourage your mom. She was encouraged by your example, which is awesome. Encourage her to look at some other examples. I had Arn on my channel. I think he's 80. Rancher Maggie in her documentary, everyone's seen Rancher Maggie. Dr. Baker just posted a picture of her with the muscle. She's been eating carnivore for 65 years. She's in her 80s and she's absolutely thriving. Maybe that would inspire your mom as well. Who else? Mimi, who we filmed for the documentary. She's on Instagram. She just turned 70. She had a stroke. She had arthritis and she had Parkinson's, and she's training to hike the St. Francis of Assisi Trail. Dr. Georgia Eid, we interviewed her. Her mother's doing carnivore and she's running laps around the house. There's so many, but find an example for your mom, maybe someone on YouTube or Instagram or something, and maybe that will inspire her if she can relate with someone like that. So, hey, we got our first guest, Thomas. How's it going, my friend?
Hey, how you doing? I'm doing okay. I'm dealing with a little stress right now, but I just figured I'd still say about how good carnivore's been doing for me. And
yeah, give it to us, Thomas. How's it going for you? Let us know. How long have you been doing carnivore, roughly?
I don't know if you know or not, but I was in the hospital a couple days ago in the ER. I had a leg situation where my leg swelled up and everything. I think it's because of working a full 8-hour shift, like walking around and everything. So, it's just something I don't think I was ready for yet.
Yeah.
So kind of the stress is really, I asked if I can work 4 hours, but the deal is this: I can work, but I can't work midnight shifts. And my roommate can't loan me his car during any other time. So that means I've had to take an Uber, which would be about $200 a week for me to do. So I have to make the decision: do I do the 4 days, lose the $200, or do I quit my job, or do I just stick with the 8 hours? So, but, I still think that carnivore is helping me quite a bit. It still helped me control my sugars. Even my sugars being a little higher, they're not going any more than like 170. So that's actually a pretty intense miracle right there. So,
How long were you not working?
About 2 years, maybe between 2 and 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
You just recently went back, right?
Yeah. About a little less than a month ago.
You're thinking maybe it was a little too much, too quick kind of thing?
Yeah, I think just, because I know a lot of people say I should like just get a stool by the register, but the thing is I'm on the feet. Like even if I had a stool, I'd be off it, and because I have to go back and forth, and it's like if I had a pedometer, I'd probably be like walking at least like 20,000 steps
Ooh,
each time, So, and that's like the minimum of what I'd
wow.
be doing. It's like the coffee's on the other side of the store, and it's just, you
Hmm.
know, so it's a
I
little
wish I had
problem.
some. I wish I had some good advice for you. The only thing I can think of is what my buddy Bill always tells me, and that is pray about it. Pray
Yeah,
about it.
yeah. I've gotten some really good advice, but it's something I have to deal with, and if I have to, I have to, But
Yeah.
life still goes on.
If this job you have ends up not working out, it's always like such a stressful thing, understandably so, and it's always like a devastating thing when something big like that happens. But I, in my experience, when one door closes like that, the next door that opens up is always better in every
Yeah,
single case.
yeah.
And
Now,
I have
on
the
the good note, my channel's doing pretty well. I mean, I have at least 280 subscribers now. So that's pretty good. And
nice.
I'm going to be starting. I did 2 lives already with some people on there. And I'm going to be doing weekly lives starting May 4th. So,
That's amazing. Everyone
so
check out Target Prime Rib
yeah.
on YouTube. Target Prime Rib. Thomas, so had you
And it's
not
thanks to
found
you too. So, yeah,
yeah,
it's with
had
your
you
help.
not found carnivore, where do you think you would be right now?
I think I've mentioned this before. I think that if I didn't find carnivore and I was still eating the bad diet and everything, I think I definitely would be like either losing more limbs or worse. I think that the toes and the heel on the other foot was like the extent of it. You
Yeah,
know, I think it would be worse. I mean,
yeah. Your story, Thomas. There's something about you that I mentioned before, but I got a cousin, and you look similar to him as well. You remind me of him. He's a great guy, but he had a very similar situation to you, and it was the toe, and then it was part of his foot, and then it proceeded from there to his whole leg at the knee. So when I think of you, and you mentioned last time we spoke about losing your toes, I'm so thankful that it seems to have stopped for you right there, where it could just keep going.
well, I think that's what scared me, my leg too. Like, when I saw the leg, the first thought I had was, is this like just the lead to me losing the leg?
Right.
And I don't think that is what the problem is. At least no one has said anything to me about that, but you still have that fear because you've already lost the toes.
Right.
So, and it's on the same foot as the amputation. It's on the same leg is where the worst part of it is. And like right now, it's a little bit better but like, like I basically, last time I saw you on one of the Zoom calls, I was actually heading for the hospital,
Mm.
right during that. I was just waiting for, I had to get some stuff done. So I was just waiting for that time. But, so I ended up only being there for 5 hours. They did a Doppler on me and they did blood work, and ended up being no infection or anything, but they still gave me like antibiotics just in case, So, which you're always worried about taking medications, in
Yeah.
our way of, so I'm trying to. So I got some really good advice. Alia from Kilt, she suggested making bone broth and
Yeah.
stuff. So I actually did that this morning. I actually had my slow cooker, and I didn't have any beef, so I just took like chicken from the freezer and like chopped it up and just cooked it up, and took the bones out and everything like that, and just
That's one of the best things I think for you. I had a woman on my channel, Malia, and she was saying the stews and the broths and the slow cooked meat is one of the best things to, especially heal the gut. Like if you're worried about the antibiotics and things like that,
yeah.
that's usually the recommendation. Thomas, what advice would you give? We get a lot of new people that are considering carnivore, but they're like, this is crazy. What advice would you give to someone that's maybe they were in your position where they lost a toe and potentially going to lose a leg? Do you have any advice for someone if they're thinking about doing carnivore, but they think this is just crazy? I can't wrap my brain around it.
Right. Yeah, because, and I know exactly how they would feel, because you're sort of like, well, I've already lost the toes, so what's the point? So I get that kind of thought process. But the thing is, it's not the end of the world. Like, it's not the end for you. Like, you still have life going on. And do carnivore. Make yourself, like, you're never going to get the toes back, or never going to get, I mean, obviously we're not lizard DNA, so that'd be great if we could do that, but that's just not possible. But just do the diet, do it for at least 90 days. I don't even think 30 days is even worth it. Just do 90 days and see how good you're feeling, and just keep on going and get that A1C down. Get it down to where you want it to be. I'm still have to go on that myself. I'm not anywhere near where I want to be. So, right now, I've gone down from last time I talked to you, it was 8.9, and now I'm 7.6. So it is going down, but you just have to keep on. You have to have a strong why, and have those toes have that amputation be a why. Have that be your why, because that's a lot stronger than weight loss. That's a lot stronger than many other whys that are out there, and not that any other whys are not important. I'm just saying that's still pretty strong,
Yeah.
And just keep on going. Just keep on going is really the answer, and that's why, like, I think Dr. Kiltz, everybody, I think the stories is what's important, and just keep your story going. Keep on wanting to talk, and keep on wanting to do.
Absolutely.
Keep on trucking.
For sure. Good stuff, Thomas. I really appreciate you coming on and sharing. Everyone, check out Thomas's YouTube channel, Target Prime Rib.
And everybody else, come on here too. Don't make me the only one. So
yeah, let's go. We need a couple more stories. Come on, be brave. Thomas, thank you for being brave and coming on here. I really appreciate you.
No problem. It makes me feel better, actually, that I came on. So thank you.
Yeah, you're awesome, man. I'll pray for you. Pray about it, and one day at a time. One day at a time.
Or in my case, one step at a time.
One step at a time. There you go. Awesome. Thanks, man. Talk to you later.
Yep. See you.
All right. Good stuff, Thomas. All right, come on. We need some more. Don't be scared. Let's go. That wasn't bad, was it? I posted the link below. Wait, you know what I got to do here real quick? Let me find this. For those of you that are just joining, if you have a question, post it with hashtag ribeye, and we will pick a winner. And I'm trying to get a special guest to come on here and share right now. Let's see if the special guest will join us. Okay, and in the meantime, oh wow, we got a lot of comments. Hey, Bill Knott's in the chat. Listen. If you guys didn't see Bill's latest video, get off this live stream right now, shut her down, go watch something better. Bill's channel is incredible. Bill just posted riding around in his box truck. The dude hasn't driven behind a wheel. He's driving. This is crazy. For 12 years. 12 years. Go watch Bill's channel. Subscribe to Bill's channel. Bill, I'm excited. I don't have any reason to hype up Bill. Like, I watch his YouTube channel all the time. But I really enjoy watching his channel because it's such an inspiration. But also, I'm so excited for what he's got coming up in the beauty of Alaska with the box truck. He's going to convert into a little RV camper with Daisy. He had Daisy in the truck. If you guys missed it, you got to go watch that. Go watch Bill's channel. Make sure you're subscribed. I can't wait to see the episode when he gets that converted into a camper. And Bill, you have to take that thing to Hatcher's Pass. Hatcher's Pass. Jen, Alyssa, Katie, Emma, and myself are going to be traveling up to Alaska to hang out with Bill this summer, and I can't wait. And believe me, we're going to Hatcher's Pass. Hatcher's Pass is my favorite place on the whole planet. I'm so thankful for Bill for introducing me to it. All right, we got another person coming up. All right, where are we on the chat here? We got a couple questions. We're going to answer some questions. 317 people. What's going on here? We got Bill Knott. We got Lash here. Lash is here. I'm going to be seeing Lash at our Washington meetup, where we'll also be filming Lash's incredible story for healing humanity. We're doing the main documentary and we're doing the series. So if you guys want to learn more about that, please visit. There's a link in the description below. Donate.healinghumanity.movie. 46 interviews done with Dr. Ken Berry. We're going to Washington to film Dr. Baker. We're going to film Lash. We're going to film Anthony Haydick, and we're going to film Lynn. And we're on the home stretch. Todd Bachnis, and then it's on to the series. And our editor is working as we speak right now. He's actually editing the Maggie portion of the documentary. We have Bill Knott's portions done. Jeff DeProsper's done. Now it's Maggie, and then it's getting crazy. It's getting crazy. So really excited about that. All right, let's see. D. Lee, Carrie, no explosion yet. Just kidding, ribeye. I don't know if that was in reference to my earlier community post where somebody said to me that my heart's going to explode at any moment because I'm carnivore. He said, give it a couple of years. I'm like, I have been doing strictly carnivore for 2 years now. I'm down 100 pounds. I'm off 15 medications. I reversed my congestive heart failure. I don't snore anymore. I got rid of my CPAP machine. I just had all my blood work done. It's incredible. I'm lacking for nothing. My lifelong irregular heartbeat reversed. But yes, at any moment now, my heart is going to explode for no reason whatsoever, even though I've repaired all 5 markers for metabolic health, which is the most important thing for heart health. All of them have been reversed. I could run a marathon right now, going to the gym 3 times a week. I've never felt better my entire life. But yes, any moment, it's going to blow up. My heart's just going to explode. Oh, this is from Thomas earlier. Have to stop working. Tips with dealing with stress, many factors involved. Those are the best tips I could give you, Thomas, was pray and take it. I love how you said it. I was going to say, take it one day at a time, take it one step at a time. And God will never give you more than you can handle in one day. Take a deep breath and it's all going to work out. It's going to work out for the better. Letty, what is the best strategy for starting carnivore? That's a great question. All right. Jen keeps texting me. She's driving me insane. Come on, Jen. Jen's going to be our special guest in a second, but I keep texting her this link, and she's having trouble finding it. So to answer the question, I'm going to multitask here and send Jen the link. It's in the chat that she could click on in the chat. And I texted to her 46 times now. All right, here we go. Boom. What is the best strategy for starting carnivore? The best strategy for starting carnivore is do your research before you start. Don't just jump in and say, oh, this is just about eating meat only. That's all I got to do. And you don't have to pay anyone to do that research. I didn't pay anyone. It's a beautiful thing with carnivore. There's all sorts of free information out there. I watched Dr. Ken Berry's video, How to Start Carnivore. I watched Dr. Chafee's video, Carnivore Mistakes, Carnivore 101. You can join a group or a community if you need more help for the first 30 days. Again, I know I sound like a broken record, but we have healinghumanity.life. Proceeds from that go to support our documentary. You can get 50% off. So that would cost you $15 or 50 cents a day to try for 30 days. You can go on there in our healinghumanity.life. We have a whole course called Carnivore Foundations that I put together that you can take at your own pace. We have multiple courses that you get access to. We have 12 Zoom calls a week. We have doctors, experts. We had Dr. George Eat on, Dr. Baker on, Dr. Kiltz on. So, we do a carnivore Q&A Zoom call. So we have everything to support you. It's really more just the community because you're the weird one out when you do carnivore. So we're there to support you. If your spouse isn't doing this or your coworkers think you're crazy, we will help you with all of that. So join a community or just go on YouTube. Do it for free if you don't want to pay for someone. All the free information is out there. But don't start until you've answered all your questions. You're worried about fiber. You're worried about cholesterol. Every one of your questions have been asked and answered. Probably by Dr. Berry, if I'm being honest. Type in Dr. Berry fiber and carnivore. You'll probably find 3 videos on the subject. But don't start unless you're confident and you know what you're doing. Make sure you get plenty of fat and understand that during that adaptation stage when you're going into carnivore, it's going to be a little rough for a little while. But once you get over that hump, it's going to be smooth sailing from there. So, hey, we've got another guest, I think. I think. Trying to connect. Okay, we're going to wait and see. Jen's going to jump on here in a second, I think. Ketones and kettlebells. Suggestions for a fat source for those that don't love fatty meat yet. Butter. Butter, butter, butter. We love our butter here at the HomesteadHow household. Man, we eat a lot of butter. That's what I would suggest. And even now, I love fatty meat. But for those that don't love it, like my wife Jeff, my wife Jen doesn't love fatty meat. She will have a burger patty and she'll have butter. Just be careful with the butter, because if you render it or melt it, it's sometimes it'll upset your stomach. A lot of people do better on cold butter and just slice it. That's one of my favorites. I also love you get fat in egg yolks. I love just eating the egg yolks. I don't really like the whites. Some people have issues with the whites. I love the egg yolks. So I make this thing, I call it crispy egg yolks, and I'll use the yolks and I'll cook them all up. I say crispy, they're still runny. I get a really hot pan with some butter and a little beef tallow, crisp each edge, flip it over real quick. There's a little bit of an art to it. And then you've got crispy egg yolks, and you get some good fat in there. Add a little bit of butter on the side as well. What else? Oh, another one, if you don't like fatty meat, I buy this stuff. It's freeze-dried beef suet. And beef suet is high in linoleic acid. Is that the right one? Am I thinking the right? No, not. Oh, I'm messing this up. I should grab it. I don't have it right here, but I buy this online. It's freeze-dried beef suet, and it's like the best fat that a human could consume. It's a little weird, but if you have sort of a weird meat aversion to fatty meat because it's kind of rubbery and it's warm, this is cold, it's a different thing. It's almost like eating peanut. It starts off a little crunch to it, and then it gets kind of mushy, almost like a paste kind of thing. It's not the most appetizing thing in the world, but it's a different way that some people may be able to tolerate, and it's so good for you. So those are some ideas for you. Rich LeBoy gifted 20 HomesteadHow memberships. Rich, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Is it LeBoy or LA Boy? Either way, thank you, Rich. I really appreciate that. Every penny we get from memberships goes 100% towards our documentary. I do a members-only live stream every Thursday at 3 p.m. Central Time. When we're traveling around the world filming, we do some members-only stuff and some behind the scenes, so we really appreciate that. And then we got Mike as a new member. Welcome, Mike. All right. I keep hearing that if you cook meat too much and start to get crispy parts, it becomes carcinogenic. That the overcooked parts are bad for you. Is this true? Because I like my meat cooked dark or something. I'm not a doctor, but I would be willing to bet that's garbage. That's junk science. There's very little there. In fact, I'll keep referencing him because he's the man. Dr. Ken Berry did a video just on this topic. And if this were true, it would be the same thing if you're making toast in the toaster. That's carcinogenic then too. If you're crusting stuff up, it would be as well. But I would recommend watching the Dr. Berry video on that because he really got into the details. But I don't think there's anything to that. All right. Where are we on the chat? 326 people. You guys are crazy. All right, here we go. We got our next guest. Jen, welcome. Oops.
Hi there.
Are you having fun?
Yes.
So Jen, you are 400 days into carnivore today. Congratulations. Can you share your carnivore story?
I can. So if somebody comes, though, I tried a second ago. So if somebody comes, I have to go off quick.
I got
you.
Yeah,
So Carrie and I did a video today on my 400th day, and I've been doing really great. I've had so much supporters. I've had a lot of naysayers saying, hey, she's not carnivore, she's not losing. But I am. I've lost almost 60 pounds now. I think it would have went a lot quicker if I cut out the cheese and the dairy, but I'm not willing to do it. I was a full vegetarian my whole life, and changing into just eating meat is still difficult for me 400 days later. So I'm continuing to keep the dairy and the cheese, but the whole thing is I didn't start this for weight loss. I've started it for all the other reasons, that migraines to be gone, my legs not to be swollen, for me to be here for my family when I get older. So I've had a lot of support with a lot of people on here, and I appreciate every one of you. Unfortunately, I can't see the comments, but I'll go back and read them later. But if you have any questions for me, Carrie, or if anybody has any questions.
What? So you lost weight, but you don't care about the weight. We were talking about this earlier. Can you talk about that a little bit more?
About not caring about the weight much?
Yeah, you were saying earlier, well, this is when we were filming before, that people look at carnivore as a diet to lose weight. And you said you said to the camera, which I thought was pretty cool. You're like, people don't get it then. Carnivore is not a weight loss diet.
Right. That's how I think of it. I mean, of course, it's great. I've lost 60 pounds. I have a lot more to go, but that's not why I started. I'm a lot healthier. Like I said, my lymphedema is going away. I had triplets, guys. Come on, I carry triplets. So that did a lot on my body. So my body needs to regenerate and get healthier before I focus on losing all the weight that I need to do. My goal weight is probably, I want to lose another 100 pounds. However long I take to get there, I'm okay with, because I know that my body is regenerating. I've been going to the gym 2 times a week. I've been doing 3-4 day dry fast, not any water, no food, no nothing. That does a lot for your body, like regenerating things. I've just been happier. I've been here all the time, and I'm just happy overall. So yeah, the weight's not a big thing. I mean, it's been amazing because I can buy new clothes and I can feel better about it. I see it in my face that it's a little bit skinnier, but again, it's not for the weight. It's for being here for my family, being here for myself, knowing that I can do it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, I'm so far behind on the comments. Your migraines also. Did you mention your migraines?
Yes, I think you did for a little bit. I literally had migraines since I was probably about 8 years old, and I'm just gonna say I'm gonna be 45 next month. So I've had them that long. And from doing carnivore 400 days ago, it probably took a good couple of months for it to stop. I literally have not had a migraine in months. And it's been amazing because Carrie can tell you the truth. I would always be in bed. I would have a hot washcloth on my head. I'd be like, Carrie, not now. I'm not feeling well. I was always in pain. And I'm not talking about a little headache. I'm talking about super migraine where the lights would bother me, the sound would bother me. I'd have to be in a dark room. Doctors told me, I'll take this, take that, take this. Of course, they always throw everything on you. All I needed to do is change my diet. I have not had any Tylenol or ibuprofen for probably, well over a half a year already. I mean, probably a year now. So yeah, maybe a half a year. But I haven't taken any medication or anything.
Right. I found a video that you did, Jen. I forgot we did this video, but you did a video right when you started carnivore again this time, the run of the 400 days. You and I did a video together. I just found it earlier. It was kind of, you even said in the video, like, I'm starting carnivore again now. I started it before and I failed, but now I'm going to start it again. And you said in that video, check back in with me in a year and we'll see where I'm at now. So here you are, a little bit over a year. All right.
Yeah, it's been crazy.
I think I'm almost to the bottom of the comments now. No, I'm not. All right. You want to take a question or two?
I'll go back later and read some of them. But yeah, if anybody ever has any questions, reach out. Obviously, you can tell Carrie's at home. I'm at the theater, so.
Yeah, the internet at the theater was not working well.
It's not very good. Yeah, I saw some people were talking about the Montello Theater meetup, and it's like, yep, I think it's July 27th, right, that we're doing it here. I think the 27th, 26th or something, that we're going to have a, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be on the events page soon. We got to get that sorted out. All right, Jen, I'll let you get back to work.
Thank you.
Thanks
Well,
for
it was
sharing.
nice seeing you. Great talking with everybody. Bye.
Bye. All right. Anyone else? Anyone else? Let's go here. All right, we're going to take some questions. Here we go. I've been carnivore for 1 month. I seem to be bruising a lot. Interesting. I don't know that I've ever heard that one. Yeah, I don't think I've come across that one. I'm not sure on that one. Anyone in the chat? Dr. Nelson, Coach Lisa, you got any ideas on bruising a lot first month on carnivore? Can you drink alcohol on carnivore? I mean, you can eat cardboard on carnivore or dirt or garbage. Should you? Probably not. And you probably shouldn't drink alcohol. Alcohol, this is the thing with carnivore. Can you do this? People always say, can you do this? You can do whatever you want. I wouldn't do that. I consider alcohol a poison. Not only does it mess with our brains, it also destroys our gut bacteria if we have any decent gut bacteria left whatsoever. But there's a couple of carnivores, like I think I've heard Michaela Peterson talk about every now and then having a drink. So you can do whatever you want. I think the real question is, should you? Carrie, is there such a thing as junk carnivore? Well, I know there's people that do dirty carnivore. I don't know if that's what you mean. So I would say yes. Unfortunately, there is such a thing as dirty carnivore. I'm always just cautious on that. I'm not judging anyone if you're out there doing dirty carnivore. Good for you. It's a million times better than the standard American diet. I just try to be careful on what I say because new people starting this, they'll see examples like that. Oh, this person's doing dirty carnivore. I can do dirty carnivore. Or the one that really drives me insane is people see Paul Saladino and they're 350 pounds and they're about to lose a limb and they're diabetic and they say, I'm going to do that Paul Saladino carnivore where I can have all sorts of fruit. That's crazy. That's dangerous. Paul Saladino is a fit, athletic, metabolically healthy, never addicted, never overweight individual. If you look at humanity as a whole, how many Paul Saladinos do you see walking around in the world that are surfing in the sun, just ripped, just fully healthy? How many do you see in the world? How many people do you see that are overweight? Well, I can tell you right now, 70% of people. How many people do you see that are metabolically unhealthy? 90% of people. How many people are walking around with fatty liver right now? How many people are pre-diabetic right now? The majority of people are not Paul Saladino. So I'm always cautious about how I talk about things like that. That's one of the things that drives me. Like the Paul Saladino thing, I'm like, dude, good for you. Whatever works for you, great. I'm never telling anybody what to eat. It's just that when people have huge influence like that, a lot of people follow. Even if he was to say, oh, you probably shouldn't do this. I mean, he's talking all over the place about eating fruit. And I could just tell you for a fact, if I were to go eat 100 grams of carbs of fruit like he's recommending, I'd be off the rocker. I would be jonesing for more sugar, and I would be binging, and I would be yo-yoing. Who here has yo-yoed before? I don't know how many times Paul Saladino's yo-yoed, but I know us that have been extremely overweight and addicted have yo-yoed for years and years and decades and decades. So I got to be careful how I say things because people always get mad. Like I'm not telling anybody, well, you can do dirty carnivore, you can do junk carnivore, you can do Paul Saladino fruit carnivore, you can do whatever you want. I really don't care. The only reason I'm careful about what I say is I'm just thinking of it from the perspective of the majority of people are unhealthy. And a lot of people coming to my channel are new to carnivore. What's the best advice to give them? I think the best advice to give them is to do a proper human diet, a strict elimination diet, a carnivore diet for 30 days. See how you feel and then reassess from there. Question, Lion Diet, 7 months. What's better nutritionally, Lion or carnivore? That's a tough question. There's a lot of nuance. It's really hard to answer that question because it depends on what you're going after. I don't think people are necessarily deciding, do I do lion or carnivore because one is a little bit more nutritious than the other. I feel like people are doing lion or carnivore because, hey, I got to do lion because I have this serious autoimmune disorder. I have psoriasis. I have horrible depression. I have something serious. So I need to do the strictest form. So I'm going to do lion diet. I guess with carnivore, if you're getting eggs, you're probably getting a little more nutrition that way. But I don't know, like you get everything you need in the proper proportions if you're eating fatty ribeye. If you're eating ruminant animal, fatty ruminant animal, you get everything you need. So I would say they're probably equal depending on what type of meat you're eating. In other words, I could eat strict lion diet for the rest of my life. And I truly believe I could do that. And 20 years from now, I could go get my tests, all my tests done, and I would be lacking for nothing. I wouldn't be deficient in anything whatsoever. So I think the same is true for carnivore. Rockin' Keto Amy, question, Thomas, did you lose toes from complications of diabetes? I will let Thomas answer that one. Ramby, hi Carrie, I'm trying an egg fast for the first time. I heard one influencer. I'm a 65-year-old woman. That is really interesting. I have never tried an egg fast. I don't know that I heard of anyone doing an egg fast. I've heard of the sardine fast. I've heard of the fat only fast. Well, you know, I think I did see a YouTuber once that did an egg fast for a while. That's really cool. Just listen to your body, and I hope it goes well. I'm sure it'll be great. It can get tricky with eggs. You got to make sure with your eggs. If you're eating eggs from chickens that are fed primarily grain and the grain has glyphosate and chemicals all over it, you could be ingesting a lot of that. But if you're getting decent eggs, good quality eggs, you should be just fine. Mike said, had tremendous results the first 30 days, lately struggling. I think eggs are an issue and getting enough fat. Has anyone else experienced these issues? You know, that was what I was going to say, Mike. If you're having issues within, well, you were doing good the first 30 days, but now you're struggling. When people are struggling on carnivore, oftentimes it's because they're not getting enough fat or they're over-consuming protein with getting very little fat. So that's an area to look at. Sometimes it's an electrolyte issue. We can fluctuate a lot of water weight and flush a lot of electrolytes out and things like that. So that may be something to look at as well. What I tell people is if you're going for a while, I don't know how long past the 30 days you are, Mike, but if you're going for a while and you're struggling or not feeling great, switch it up. That is the most powerful tool I think anyone could have. And a lot of people don't do it. I hear a lot of people that will go months and months and months and months and they're stalled out or they're not feeling great and they're just doing the same thing. Switch it up. If you're doing carnivore, try lion diet for 3 days. If you're doing lion diet, try a little intermittent fasting. Maybe do a fast, maybe do a water fast for 24 hours. If you're familiar and your body's used to fasting, maybe do a little bit of a longer fast. Switch things up and see how you feel. The other advice I give people is get yourself Keto Mojo and test yourself. See, are you in ketosis? Are you in deep ketosis? Are you in deep therapeutic levels of ketosis? Because that's when we often feel the best. That's when I feel the best. When I am in that deep therapeutic ketosis, I feel like superhuman. My sleep is incredible. My mood is amazing. And that happens when you up the fat dial, down the protein dial, or it can happen in conjunction with exercise, or it can happen when you are fasting. And I've done wet fasts. I've done an 8-day wet fast, and I've done dry fasts. I did a 3-day dry fast, almost 3 days. It was 2.5 days. And when I did that dry fast, I felt absolutely incredible. I believe that was probably the deepest, most therapeutic ketosis I've ever been in. So that's another thing. You can rely on the data. Get a Keto Mojo. See where you're at. Check your numbers and try to improve them and then see how you feel. Eduardo, how do I know if I'm having too much fat? Well, for most people, you will be in the toilet too often. Too much fat, too much toilet. That's usually the case. And how do you feel? Carnivore is the most natural thing. Oftentimes, people will ask questions like this: how do I know if I'm getting too much fat? What is the right amount of fat? What's the right amount of this? How much of the steak should I have? Tell me how many ounces of steak you eat per day. I get these questions all the time, and the truthful answer is I have no idea. And whatever the answer is for me today was different a month ago, and was certainly different the first month I started carnivore. And probably 6 months into carnivore, it was different yet again. When I first started carnivore, I was fat. I had a lot of body fat, so I could eat a lot less. And I could get by even eating less, consuming less fat at that time. The best answer I can give you, Eduardo, is I got to steal from Dr. Ken Berry, but it's so true. Eat till you're comfortably full. Or as maybe if I put it in my own words, just do whatever feels natural. Eat some fat, see how you feel. If you're not feeling great, maybe have a little bit more. If you're not feeling great, adjust things. But it should be natural. It should be natural. Now, if you're just starting carnivore, it may take a little while to adapt and get used to eating that fat. But once you're adapted and you're in the swing of things, it'll just be natural. I don't sit there and like measure out, I got to have this number of grams of fat today or this percentage of fat today. I just eat it. Listen to my body, see how I feel. That's what humans have done since the start of time. Our bodies are amazing too. They'll prioritize healing. You can literally, my friend, she did a dry fast for 7 days. Tell me how miraculous that is. No water for 7 days. And she came out the other end absolutely thriving and feeling incredible. The human body is amazing. So put in the proper fuel. Listen to your body. Paul Higgins, hey Carrie, I'm from the UK and I've been following you for a while. I've just started on the carnivore diet for 25 days ago. Congratulations. I'm losing weight nice and steadily, feeling good. I'm gaining some back pain. Well, that's interesting. Most people I talk to right around 3 weeks on carnivore, like I've heard from so many people, their back pain starts going away. Usually it's inflammation. I would be a little cautious, Paul, and just think like over the last couple of days, have you eaten anything different? I'm not saying you went off plan or you didn't eat carnivore, but a lot of people, myself included, I'm a prime example. On my carnivore journey, I eat beef, butter, bacon, eggs. Every now and then I'd have salmon. Every now and then I would have chicken. And when I first started, I felt like I was okay on chicken. And recently I did a video a while back. I'm like, I'm not eating chicken anymore because when I eat chicken now, I get inflamed. And the first area that I feel it is in my lower back. It's usually my lower back and my elbow. And this is where I had arthritis, inflammation before starting carnivore. So maybe if you're eating some chicken or something like that, something could be causing inflammation that might be causing those pains for you. But, you know, always be safe too if you're in doubt, if it's something more structural. If you actually have an issue there with a disc or something like that, you might want to go get it checked out just to be safe. But I would be mindful and try to see, is it food or inflammation related? Because, man, I suffered from back pain for like 20 years. And in my head, I was always like, yeah, I was stupid when I was younger and I lifted something improperly. I lifted with my back instead of my legs. I must have thrown that thing out. It's just going to be that way for the rest of my life. And then when I went on carnivore, it went away. And I've heard that from a lot of other people. Inflammation goes away, the back pain goes away. I think Bill Knott in the chat, I know Bill's knees. That was one thing. I don't know, Bill, was your back bothering you too? I remember a couple weeks into Bill's carnivore journey, we were talking and he was saying something was, I think it was the knees or back. He's like, it's crazy. How could I hardly have been doing this a couple weeks. It's going away. I'm like, inflammation, Bill. Your inflammation's going away on carnivore. Boo G said, Carrie and Jen, you are such a beautiful, amazing couple. Thanks to both of you for being so humble and helping humanity. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you, Boo G. I really appreciate that. Here, should we do a little throwback? You guys have probably all seen this already. There we are. Little did we know what we were getting into then. That was me and Jen at age 14. We'd been together. We just celebrated 30 years together. That's why I wake up every morning thankful, grateful, blessed. Jen was stood by my side through all of these incredible health issues, but even worse than the health issues were the mental issues and the depression. And she took me into so many appointments for therapy, for getting more medication, for trying to get to the root cause of all the depression and anxiety I was having. Here we are 30 years later. It's crazy. And our girls are all about to turn 18, the triplets. And my oldest is already past that. It's crazy. It's all crazy. It goes by so quick. All right, let's see what other questions we got here. Here we go. John has a question. I got rid of fatty liver disease by eating a steak for lunch and a steak for dinner. How is this possible? Is this a normal response? Oh, it's possible. It's exactly what will happen, and it is a normal response. And my friend, Coach, I got to shout out Coach Lisa again. Coach Lisa's been incredible. I had Coach Lisa on my channel the other day. She read my blood work, and she really helped me out with that. And she's got me on this workout regimen. And tomorrow's workout day again. We're going in 3 days a week. But Coach Lisa knows her stuff, and she knows everything about the liver. She talks about the liver. She's probably, I don't know. I'm not exaggerating this, but I don't know anyone that is more familiar with the workings of the liver and nutrition and how it affects it than Coach Lisa. 100%. We have children walking around right now with fatty liver disease. That's all from the foods we're eating. You eat a proper human diet, you eat carnivore, that resolves. It goes back to normal. The reason your liver was fatty is from all of the garbage and processed junk and toxins and improper, unnatural foods that we're eating. You return to a natural diet, and that is meat. That's the most natural food we can eat in this day and age. You will heal everything, almost everything. Fatty liver being a big one, type 2 diabetes being another one, all downstream from the liver. Coach Lisa would tell us. She's probably in the chat talking about this too and answering your question, John. I'm probably too far behind here. Deborah, on carnivore for a week and a half. Congratulations, Deborah. I hope you're feeling well. Hang in there if it's tough. You're going through that first stage of carnivore. We call that it's actually the second stage. The first stage is deciding to do carnivore. You've already done that. So good on you, Deborah. Most people won't make that decision. Most people will go their entire lives and they're too scared to make that decision. So look yourself in the mirror and be proud of yourself, Deborah, because you made it through step 1. You're in step 2 right now. That's the adaptation stage. You might be near the end of it. That's when your body is saying, hey, we're going to burn fat for fuel instead of carbs. That's when you supercharge your body. But a lot of people go through the keto flu, or they feel sluggish or tired, or they have cravings. That will pass, Deborah, and you will feel better than you have your entire life. So if it's tough it out. You can do it. You're a very strong individual because you've already made the decision to do this. And just realize, this is what I told myself, Deborah. I abused my body for 40 plus years, putting all sorts of garbage and toxins and seed oils. I didn't know any better, but I still did it. So if it's going to take 2 or 3 weeks for my body to adapt, getting rid of all of that junk, purging out all of those toxins, switching from burning sugar and junk to burning fat for my fuel, then so be it. I deserve it. And it doesn't last forever. And when it passes, you're gonna move into stage 3. Stage 3 is the best stage of carnivore. I did a video on this, the 5 stages of carnivore. I came up with the stages myself. Why not? No one else was talking about it. The 3rd stage is the best stage. That's when you just feel amazing. You forget to eat. You're in ketosis. Your body's healing. You're burning fat for fuel. The weight's coming off. You're starting to say things like, oh my goodness, my brain fog went away. Oh my goodness, I didn't realize I had arthritis in my pinky and it's gone. Oh my goodness, I woke up with a smile on my face and I have joy again in my life for the first time in 25 years. This is amazing. And that goes on for all of stage 3. Stage 4 is when you hit your goal weight and most of your fat reserves in the tank are gone, and your body's going to be like, oh my goodness, I'm so hungry. What's going on? We don't have any more fuel in the tank, and you're going to be ravenously hungry for a little while. You're going to have to add in a little bit more fat, and you're going to adapt, and then you'll move on to stage 5. That's what I'm in right now. Anyone here in stage 5? Stage 5 of carnivore is maintenance mode. Laura Spath is incredible. She's been running a YouTube channel for a while. I love her channel because she has been able to maintain carnivore for years. Lots of others have as well. Dr. Lisa Wiedemann, 16-year carnivore. Kelly Hogan. Dr. Kiltz has been doing this. He's almost 16, 17 years right now. So getting into that maintenance mode is important. And it's maintenance mode, and it's not moderation mode. That's the thing that worries me for people out there. When you get to that stage and you've lost all your weight and you've hit all your goals, there's a big temptation to say, now I can go back to eating in moderation. I hate that. And I feel so bad for people that do that, because you will gain all the weight back. Because You were addicted to those foods, and you've now abstained, and you are now healed, and now you are feeling incredible, and you are now getting everything you need in the proper proportions from meat to thrive for the rest of your life. Don't fall for that. Just go back into moderation thing. Had you quit a hard drug like cocaine, sugar is more addictive than cocaine. It lights up the brain on an MRI like cocaine. Had you quit a hard drug like cocaine and you quit it for 90 days or a year or 2 years and you're feeling incredible and you got your life back and you got energy and you got gratitude and the brain fog's gone and you feel incredible, you wouldn't then say, well, gee, now I can go back and have a little bit more cocaine as long as I do it in moderation. That's insanity. And that's what the majority of humanity does. And that's why I yo-yo dieted my entire life. And I could bet probably the majority of people listening to me right now have done the same thing. You want to know why you yo-yoed? You did the Weight Watchers and you starved yourself for a while and you lost a little bit of weight and then you gained it all back and then some. It's because we're addicted to the carbs and sugar, and we're trying to moderate those things. And we're being told by big food that it's not an addiction. Yeah, you just have it in moderation. I hate it when I hear people say have it in moderation. It makes them billions and billions of dollars as we have children walking around pre-diabetic with fatty livers and depression rates we've never seen before, so that these big food companies can get even more money. It's criminal. I don't know how I got on that rant, Deborah Clark, from On Carnivore for a week and a half. My apologies. I tend to get fired up sometimes, but there you go. 398 people on right now. Do I need to chill out, or do you guys like it when I rant like that? I'm sorry. I got to just speak the truth sometimes. So let me go back to the chat and see if we have any more questions here before I go nuts. Deborah Clark, thank you for that. Congratulations, by the way. I'm happy for you. I didn't mean to give a whole essay on the 5 stages of carnivore and our broken big food system. But there we go. That one's on the house. All right, let me get back in the chat here and see where we're at. We got a couple people saying rant. Okay, all right. Oh, Dr. Nelson. All right, here we go. I got to give that link out again. Let's go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Stop ranting, Carrie, and give the link out. There we go. Dr. Nelson, the link is in the chat. Alex is in stage 5. Bill said, I'm guessing I have at least another year and a half, maybe 2 years until I reach stage 5. Bill, that's probably accurate, but the cool thing is you are in my favorite stage. That is my absolute favorite stage that you're in right now. You're in the healing stage. Kai Spotter, I've lost 97 pounds total and type 2 in remission. Hold on, we got another guest. Dr. Nelson, how's it going, my friend? Oh, you're muted.
Okay.
There we go.
Now, hello, everybody.
Hello, hello.
I came in because I thought there were going to be more people, and I haven't seen people clicking.
People, I don't know if we got to the end of the list or what, Dr. Nelson. People are shy right now, so I appreciate you coming on.
But there was someone specifically asked if you can reverse type 2 diabetes, and I had to come in. I did answer him in the chat. He said he was like 6'5", and he gave a description of his problem. But he's new to carnivore, and he's asking, can we reverse diabetes with this? So what's the let me ask you first of all, what do you think?
Well, as an idiot homesteader that doesn't have any medical degree whatsoever, I will say 1,000%. I will say type 2 diabetes wouldn't even be a thing. We would be like, what are you talking about, type 2 diabetes? It wouldn't even be in our vocabulary if we were all eating a proper human diet.
The world should not know what type 2 diabetes is.
Right.
I dare say at least 95% of people with diabetes shouldn't have diabetes. And I was one of them. Okay. Yeah. So my answer to McMahon was the last name on the chat. John McMahon, I remember now. Carnivore Brain. Yes. Resounding yes. You can reverse type 2 diabetes. Most people with type 2 diabetes should not have it. And if they have it, they can reverse it. I wholeheartedly think this is the way to do it. There's a couple of other ways to do it that are maybe not ideal. One of them is most people that have a gastric bypass surgery will reverse their diabetes. But guess what? A couple of years later, if they didn't modify the way they were eating, they regain weight and their diabetes comes back. So can you do it with a very low fat, calorie restricted diet? Some people are able to do it. I think this is the most natural way. Eat until you're satisfied of certain specific foods, of course, and you can reverse it.
Yeah. And everyone's different. Everyone has different bodies to heal, so they're on their own timelines, right? But I've been amazed at a couple of individuals that I've interviewed that have reversed type 2 diabetes. I'm thinking of one individual in particular that was mad because he was like 3 weeks. It was like 3 weeks, and I was feeling better. It was like that quick. Obviously, it could take longer for other people, so I don't want to overhype it, but it's yeah, it shouldn't be a thing. The thing that drives me nuts, Dr. Nelson, is most of the people I've talked to that were diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, they all thought like this is just something wrong with me and my body can't handle insulin or carbs. It's genetic. I'm a fluke. There's a malfunction. It's almost like I'm defective in some way. And so the only thing I could do is take medication and go to the doctor over and over again. And I'm not necessarily saying that all the doctors told them that, but it seems like that's like been a common thread with most of the people I've talked to. They felt that way for one reason or another. If they're just owning it, or the American Diabetes Association, they're listening to them or something. I'm not sure what it is, but I find that heartbreaking because then they're like, the only thing I could do is take medication and try to moderate this thing.
Yeah, I've been around for a little bit, you know that, and used to be that reversing diabetes was not in my vocabulary either. I've always been excellent at managing diabetes, but reversing it wasn't in my vocabulary. Even though I had some experiences where people really went from very high A1Cs down to 5s and 6, but that was not the usual. And usually when you have very complicated, very thick individuals, you have to use the medications, even if it's a transition. You have to use the medications because you don't want to be with very high sugars for prolonged amounts of time. So that's what increases your risk of strokes, heart attacks, even cancer tremendously, and all kinds of the major complications from diabetes, usually from having blood sugars high, along with sometimes insulin very high.
Right. This just made me think of something. I got to look here real quick. We interviewed Dr. Ken Berry for the documentary recently, and I just want to make sure before I say this. Oh, here we go. He mentioned he's got the American Diabetes Society with Dr. Hampton and Dr. Westman, a whole bunch of really amazing people on the board
Ben
there. Ben Bickman. And they just recently, I think it was about a week ago, they added a whole recipe section. Legit, proper recipes if you are going through type 2 diabetes. And it's pretty incredible. It's really incredible when you look at the alternative, and I guess we shouldn't go down that route, stay positive, but the American Diabetes Association, some of the things they're recommending. I didn't really know that much about all of that. I heard Dr. Berry talking about that in the past, and I just looked on the American Diabetes Association website at one time because I interviewed a gentleman named Dave, who's become a good friend, and he had type 2 diabetes, and he was legally blind from type 2 diabetes, which is just heartbreaking to me, and incredible that someone could lose the vision from the foods they're eating. And in his case, he was like, I knew I shouldn't be eating sugar and candy and cereal because that's sugar. And I stopped eating those things. But he said, I had no idea I couldn't eat a potato. Like, there's sugar in a potato? There's no sugar in a potato. I should be fine with a potato. And if you go on the American Diabetes Association website, there's a big thing on there that's like, yeah, potatoes are fine in moderation. And then underneath it, it says sponsored by Idaho Potato. So they're getting paid by Idaho Potato. It's crazy. Some of the recipes they have and what they're telling people to do on there is just criminal. So big shout out, American Diabetes Society.
Yeah.
Yeah, go check it out. That's a really cool website now with all those recipes on there too. Anyone, even if you don't have diabetes, you just carnivore, to go on there and get some great carnivore recipes too.
I see someone made a comment. I'm going to call him out, Frank Calabrese. And he mentions Uncle Fester.
Oh, there it is.
I'm looking for a picture. I can't find it right now. It's not the first time someone has said that. So I actually have a picture side to side with the real Uncle Fester. And of course, yes.
Hold on. I'm quick on the keyboard. Let me go. I'm going to pull one up here.
No, but I have a picture, side to side me.
There we go. Okay, we don't have to watch the whole movie. Frank also, in another comment I saw from Frank, he was shouting out Dr. Kiltz. You guys have some new live streams coming up?
We do. We're going to continue our 5 a.m.s until the end. Actually, the first few days in May, we're still going to have, actually, it's just next week. It's the last week of the 5 a.m.s. And then the following Monday, we move it to 6 a.m. So we're going to continue Monday through Friday, but 6 a.m. We'll see how that works. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, Kills Health will have us live stream in the afternoons at 3 p.m. on Tuesday and Thursdays. We're giving it a try with a couple of days. That one is going to be mostly with me and probably Alia and some of the other people in our staff, but Dr. Kills might appear from time to time.
That's awesome. Yeah, I encourage everyone, go check out drkiltz.com. You guys got a great website over there. All of the upcoming, we got to update our website with a few of the meetups, but all the upcoming meetups are listed there too. I was just on Instagram, Dr. Nelson, and saw some really cool pictures. Dr. Kiltz in Australia.
He is. I don't know if he's back or don't know if he's back, but he was in Australia. He's been traveling, he's a globetrotter.
Yeah. Man, that guy's got some energy. I feel for him because we filmed the documentary in Australia, and that flight was something I would never look forward to doing again unless I was going to stay there for like a month or something. The jet lag just got me too bad on that one. Adam and I, it was 40 hours from the time I left my house to the time we got to the destination. It was crazy. So anyhow, thank you so much, Dr. Nelson, for sharing. Really appreciate it.
Not a problem. And that's only like one of like 12 different things that I improved. But I just wanted to let him know, yes, you can reverse diabetes. It's the worst metabolic disease you can have. There's plenty. Diabetes is the top one that increases your risks for everything. So
you can do it. Awesome. Thanks, Dr. Nelson. Have a great night.
All right.
See you later. Bye. Awesome. Dr. Nelson's the best. Bill said Uncle Fester was awesome, just like Dr. Nelson. I almost forgot about Uncle Fester. D. Lee said, love the Addams Family. We need more shows like that. I got to watch that. Jen and I got on a kick for a while watching Gilligan's Island. It started coming on, and there's a couple of new shows that are out lately, but I don't know. Most of them aren't that great. All right. Let's see here. Oh, we got another guest. You guys ready? Lash, what's going on, buddy? Oh, you're muted.
All right, there we go. Hello, everybody.
Hey, how's it going?
Wonderful. How are you?
Good, good. So I'm excited because, oh, there we go. What is that, some chuck roast?
Exactly.
I know my meat. Oh, that
Slow
looks
cooker
good.
chuck roast.
Slow cooked chuck roast is one of my favorites. Like, I don't know what it is. Everyone loves ribeye. I love ribeye, but I was talking to Jen the other day, and I'm like, if I could only eat one meat the rest of my life, I think I might pick slow cooked chuck roast. There's just something about it. I feel so good after eating that.
Oh, it's amazing. Sorry, I had to take a bite.
No worries. I'm excited. Lash is coming to our Washington meetup, and I'm so happy that you accepted the invitation for us to film you for the documentary for Healing Humanity. Your story is so powerful. It's so inspiring, and we've got so many topics in the documentary. But the depression, anxiety, mental health is a big one, and I know that was a huge part of your journey. But also your psoriasis was just incredible. There's 331 people on here, and there's always new people. So if you don't mind, Lash, could you maybe just briefly share kind of your story, your inspiring story, and what led you here?
No problem. So, hello, new people. Hello, old people. Yeah, so I dealt with depression pretty much and suicidal thoughts almost my whole life. And then diagnosed with psoriasis and psoriatic arthritis at around 20 years old, and tried topical medications and regular stuff like Advil and like tons of Advils and like ibuprofen, that type of crap, because I didn't want to go anything stronger. And then went off of health insurance. Everything got worse when I got off the steroid creams because I had steroid cream withdrawal. And so that made things even worse than they were before. And then they just progressively got worse from there. So like my 30s and 40s, pretty much all of my 40s were complete hell. And yeah, so it just was a progressive disease that got worse and worse and worse and worse. But the depression and the suicidal thoughts were like literally there from, I don't know, age as early as I can remember, laying in bed as a child at 4 or 5 years old, I guess, wanting to join dead relatives up in heaven because like what was going on in my life was awful. So yeah, went through all that. Went back to the doctors like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, and they offered me worse drugs than before. They offered me injections for the rest of my life, which were autoimmune immune suppressing drugs. And then yeah, the side effects from that stuff was really nasty. More suicidal thoughts, more depression. So basically I would have got on those drugs and definitely killed myself. So I told the doctor, no, I won't let you kill me. I'll go home. I'll kill myself on my own on terms. And then, yeah, went home to do that and wrap up my life that day, and found the angel Michaela Peterson miraculously appeared on my cell phone. These things suck, but now that
Just a
day,
couple things.
somehow that day it was a miracle. This thing worked wonders for me. And yeah, so I found her TED Talk, and like she had all these arthritic issues and all these different problems. Her mom, her dad had psoriasis. Everybody had problems, and they all solved them by going carnivore and basically, well, full lion is what I eventually went to. Yeah, I'm there now, and I am 485 4 days lion without since my relapse of starting the whole thing and then relapsing through a bunch of crap. But yeah,
Nice.
and I'm healed. Like I'm healed beyond healing, and I've never felt better in my life. And I'm 49.
Nice.
That's,
Yeah, your story is so amazing. I've interviewed hundreds of carnivores, I think, at this point, like 46 for the documentary, but many more on the channel. But I don't know. I get a sense with certain people there's suffering, and I don't know. I feel like you have been through more hell and suffering than most humans walking this earth, and come through on the other side. And I think it's just such a amazing story that you managed to get through all of that and come through the other side and find health and find healing and find a second chance at life. It's so inspiring. Everyone's been through something, but the depression and the psoriasis and all that suffering for so long, I can't wrap my brain around it.
Yeah, the pain and not sleeping and wanting to die every day of your life, and like driving in your car and like your brain says take your seatbelt off and hit the gas and go as fast as possible, and like crash into cars coming the opposite direction. Those were like the thoughts every day I had to fight back. And those were all, damn, I thought I was going to make it without one tear. Those were the ones. Those were the thoughts, that made it super hard. And the other thing is, like, when I first somebody in my family found out, and then somebody else in my family found out, and when that person found out that I said I wanted to kill myself, they went completely nuts and mad and yelled at me and screamed at me. And then so I never brought that shit up to anyone ever again, and that yeah, like that made it worse. Like, and yeah, so that was hard. But yeah, like this is the way, though. This is the way.
Yeah. We almost need like a round table of individuals that have been through. Your story is incredible, and I recently interviewed Amy Hosp on my channel, and she had like 24 surgeries, and she had EDS. She would break bones putting her shoes on, multiple dislocations, years and years of depression. And yeah, your story, her story, I think of those stories. I'm like, I don't think there's humans walking on earth that have experienced more suffering than these two, and then come out the other end and just healed, and gratitude and joy, and just complete opposites. Crazy.
Yeah, coming out the other side is like a miracle that you never thought would happen. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely way worse suffering, obviously from, and there's a lot of things I also haven't told about my stuff yet, but yeah, no, like being able to be healed is like the miracle, is like the ultimate, like what you prayed for every day, is to be able to feel a day of normalcy, which I know you prayed for as well.
Yeah.
So, for that part, like, and this is beyond a day of normalcy. This has gotten into like, what, 484 days of miraculously. So I'm going to make up words.
Hey, you got every right. You do whatever you want. So, Lash, we touched on this before, but I got to shout out your project you're working on. How's that going? So you're building a sanctuary for healing and renewal.
Right. So the GoFundMe is started going well. Raised over $7,000 this first month going. I created the LLC for the Carnivore Healing Retreat to make it an actual real thing, so that I can actually do other stuff to bring in more money. So like I created a website this week also, and I'm designing t-shirts, and you can go and you can pick up t-shirts right on the website, and all the donations will go, all the money from that will go to the GoFundMe project for the ranch, for the retreat. I made the first ever, these are really cool. These are ribeye pins.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
So these just came in the other day. So I don't know, I'm just trying to do stuff to raise more money, and so that I can help people who like don't want to have to go through this journeying completely alone, and want to have people there, like want to be with others, not just, have the internet. Like, this is great. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, having this community has been more than a blessing, and it's amazing. But like, I want an actual safe haven spot where, you can come for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks and kickstart this journey with education and then eating and then learning and a bunch of different therapies that I feel work for this type of stuff that we're going through, and I just want to heal people, and I want to spread the word. So yeah, I'm coming to Washington, gonna get up in front of the public on the real humans and in front of me for the first time and do it.
Yes.
And
Gonna
I'm
be
excited, and I can't wait. And I thank you for everything that you are doing. You've done for me and everybody. You're awesome. Love you.
Oh, I love you too, man. I really appreciate you. I've gotten so much inspiration from you and your story, and I share the same goals as you. I just want people to find healing. People that were hopeless, like I was, and like you were. When you find someone that's hopeless, and then they find this way, and then now they have hope, or they come back to me like, I saw your 30-day video before I did this. I'm no longer depressed. It's like the greatest feeling in the whole world. Like, you couldn't write me a check for $1 million. I wouldn't trade it for anything. So,
Nope.
but I have learned. I think I mentioned this before. I'll just say it real quick. I was so cynical when I first started. I'm like, just eat meat. It's not that hard, but it is really hard, and you need community. And we're the weird ones out, and we're living in a world where sugar's normal, carbs are normal. We're the crazy ones. Someone just left a comment before. They're saying, nobody ever complained when I was depressed and I was eating junk food and garbage. But the second I eat a steak or I eat a burger without the bun on it, they lose their minds. What is going on here? This is crazy. You can't do it. So yeah, that community aspect is so important. And there's people that are at different levels of sickness or trauma. So many people look at carnivore like, oh, you can lose some weight, but it's like deep healing. And
a huge list. Like,
Yeah.
I remember Sean Baker posted on his X account a list of things that he's talked to people, literally interviewed, that had, and the list just went on and on. Basically, like everything that could be wrong with a human besides like AIDS, basically, like was there. I was insane.
And some people have this trauma that takes longer to heal than others.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the biggest thing I've learned is that the community is a huge part of it. You did this alone. A lot of people do it too, and their spouse isn't doing it, which makes it really hard. Some people are doing it with their spouse, and then it's still really hard because friends, families, coworker, everywhere, no one's there for you. And some people feel like, oh, this is carnivore, you just eat meat. And there's more to it than that. There's a lot of people that just say, I'm going to do carnivore, I'm just going to eat meat, and they fail because they're not getting enough fat or electrolytes, or they're missing the nuance, or they have a particular issue that they have to overcome, or deficiency, or things like that you have to go deeper on. So long story short, I love what you're doing. I think it's awesome. I personally donated to it. I hope anyone that has some extra money can donate to it, or at the very least share it. I posted the link in the chat. So yeah, please support it. I can't wait till you get it set up. We're going to have a Healing Humanity meetup there for sure. I'm inviting myself, but
we're going to have the biggest bonfire and meat cook ever. I've seen the vision of it. Like, I see us all of us around this giant fire, and we all have these giant, massive tomahawks, and we're just in celebration of life, and it's going to happen, and I won't stop trying until it does. So yeah, thank you for helping me so much.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Lash. I really appreciate you. Looking forward to seeing you in Washington. We're not just filming for the documentary. He's also speaking at our meetup in Washington. So that's going to be a heck of a meetup. Dr. Baker's going to be there also. Dr. Kiltz is coming to that one too. So make sure you check out. There's a link in the description below if you guys want to come hear Lash share his story in person live. So
let's do it. Can't wait. Awesome.
Yeah. Good stuff. Have a good night, Lash. Thank you so much.
Love y'all. Peace.
Love you. See you, brother. All right. Oh man, such a good guy. I'm so excited for that project. Just think of the healing that's going to go through that place. I'm just imagining the first person that goes there suffering, hopeless, looking for healing. And then they see Lash and his big, beautiful smile and the empathy he has for them because he's been down that road before, and helping that first person find healing. Man, that's going to be so rewarding. Like it's awesome online. This is cool online, but in person, meeting people is incredible. So, hey, we got another one. Helen, how's it going? Welcome. I think you got to unmute. You're on mute.
Hi. Hi, everybody. I am so excited. I'm bringing a family with 5 kids to Washington.
Oh, no way.
I am. They're all getting on carnivore. It is so amazing. Every one of the kids have some kind of problem. And they just started just now, like the past month. And I told them, I said, I'm going to take you guys to a rehab. They go like, what? Like, what kind of rehab? I'm like, you're going to have the best time of your life. So the dad really liked the idea. And I'm going to be going up there, and we're going to be all going to be there.
Wow.
So, yeah, I am so excited. I am so excited. I mean, God is amazing, and carnivore is amazing. And Carrie, you and your family are treasure. I'm telling you the truth, honestly. Today's been so good. I have so much energy. I'm making those fat pills. I'm literally making fat pills from beef, raw fat. I just freeze it, cut it up, and I've been taking those pills. I take like 5 at a time, and then I just go to the freezer, take some more, and I'm feeling so much energy and so good. And I wear glasses a lot. And today I was looking, I was like, oh, my glasses are dirty. So I'm like cleaning them up, and I'm looking at the book while I'm cleaning them, and I can read. I can literally read. I mean, it's not totally clear. Sorry, I'm so loud. I'm sorry.
Hey, who watching here? Who watching
I'm just
here?
so excited.
Who watching here wants some of Helen's energy? Your energy is incredible.
This is
That's
the
a
life.
testament.
This is the life. This is the abundant life, honestly. I mean, a year ago, I think, did I talk to you a year ago, you and Jen, I was like in such a deep pit, such a dark hole. And literally, it's like my life is totally changed. And I tell people everywhere I go, and it's just like, what I'm going to do next is like, God is doing so much with this carnivore, with so many people in my life, that I'm just blown away with this family that just like I told them like 3 or 4 days ago, and I'm communicating, and now like the dad is so excited. It's like, my kids are going to get better. I said, yes, they will. And so we're going to be up there in Washington. So that was like, today was like, they ironed it completely that they're all going.
That is so cool. We got to do something. We got to do something special when they come out. Dr. Baker's going to be there too. We're going to have a table set up to arm wrestle Dr. Baker. So I don't know if anyone wants to take him on for that one, but
that would be so fun. Yeah, they have 2 boys. One of them is 19 and the other one is 17. The 19-year-old, he has a really bad anxiety, but he did start the carnivore, and he's more like into it now. He sent me all those pictures of the food that he's making. And I told him, I said, if you stay on it for a while, I know this anxiety is going to get better. They've been through a really hard time this past 5 years, those kids. It's amazing that, they're still together with the family. And then the 17-year-old, he has a really bad snoring problem. And I told him, I was like, I used to snore. I used to wake up myself snoring. I've snored for years. It's gone. It's totally gone. And then they bought a hamster, and one of the daughters, she held the hamster for like 10 minutes. Within 10 minutes after, then she starts sneezing and her eyes got red and all that stuff. I said, I was there for years. I've had those allergies. I took pills every single night, so I have enough antihistamine in my body for the next day to function. And I had allergy syrup with me everywhere I go. It's gone. It's gone. The snoring is gone. The allergies are gone. The type 2 diabetes is gone. The migraines are gone. It's just like so many things I've listed. Eczema. I used to be so like uncomfortable with my hands when they flared up, and I didn't want to show my hands to people because they were all cracking and bleeding and all around my nails, and it's gone. I haven't had it completely. It's been a whole year. No sneezing, no watery eyes, and stuffy nose, and my ears, and so anyways.
It's amazing. I'm trying to think back. So you were on our Healing Humanity membership site, and you've got so much energy. You're just like glowing now. I'm so happy for you. Could you take, there's a couple people asking in the chat. Everyone's saying they love your energy. They want your energy. They want Helen energy.
Oh, please, just come on. Just go to the link and push and come on and tell us about you. I would love to hear you guys' stories. This is what excites me. There's so many people out there, wonderful, beautiful, precious people that need healing. Just come on, just talk, just, meet us. Come and join Healing Humanity. There's a bunch of groups there. You will love it. You will make the best friends. I've made friends literally right now. I can call any time of the day or night, and they pick up the phone and we talk and we, encourage each other. So please just get on this and just come and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Helen, how long have you been carnivore now?
It's been a year and a month.
Wow.
I haven't done the days. I'm going to do the days one of those days. All I care is like a whole year. I mean, just do it. It's just like I started for like 30 days at first, and then I'm like, oh my word, I'm feeling better. Although I had horrible oxalate dumping. But when oxalate dumping happened and then it's gone, I feel like, wow, I literally, honest to God, feel like I have been waking up out of a 50-year coma. Honest to God. Because my body, it feels like alive. It's like, oh, I can feel my skin here. Or this feels right. This feels good. My ears like, oh, I can hear what the person, I heard the whole conversation. With my eyes, I would look around. Oh, the window is so much wider. I can see better. It's just so many things. I'm still with my speech and my thoughts are not all the way there, but the fogginess and the disconnectedness in my mind is still there, but it is getting better by the day. It is getting so much better. And I just can't wait. So it's been a little over a year. I can't wait in this second year. What's going to happen. I just can't wait.
I was going to say, I try not to overhype it, but I just surpassed 2 years, and the last couple weeks, I have felt better than I have my whole life. Like everything, just the energy, the gratitude.
Yes, the gratitude. Yes. Oh, yes.
There's something with that too. Like we've interviewed so many people for the documentary, and that is a common thread with all of them. Just this overwhelming gratitude, which it's a beautiful thing, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Everyone should have gratitude like that. And I guess it's hard to have when you're sick and you're suffering or you're depressed. But when you get through that, you can appreciate.
You're in constant pain.
Yeah.
You can't just like the pain. It just takes your mind off. Your energy it just takes your life away. Just now, I wake up and I have energy to get out. I have to go walking, just go out in the woods or do whatever I want to do without thinking. It's like, oh, my hip is hurting. I have to take it easy today, or I have migraine. I can't stand this. None of that. The migraines, the stuffiness, even the stuffiness, like all that here. It was so congested where you can't see, you can't smell. It's just all gone. Thank you, God. I'm so grateful for you guys. I'm so grateful for Lash. I can't wait to meet you, Lash. I can't wait to meet you. I'm serious. You're like one of my heroes. So, I'm going to talk to you about this one cashier that he's at the grocery outlet here in Roseburg, and he has the same problem as you. And I talked to him. I got the courage and talked to him. He was so kind. So, I'm going to talk to you about him. But Lash, I can't wait to meet you. Honest to God, it's like your story. It's been one of the most touching to my heart. So, yeah. Anyways, thank you so much for letting me come in.
Oh, thank you, Helen. Helen, no joke. You need your own show. Your energy is incredible. Everyone leave a comment. We got to get Helen set up on a YouTube channel. Get her own live stream going. Your energy's
I
great.
did start one. I put about 4 videos so far. But the thing is, see, I used to be so uncomfortable, like anxieties that I didn't even know I had, like in front of the camera or talking to people or the airplane. Like I used to hate, like when I flew in the airplane, I honest to God would hold both people's hands, whoever was sitting next to me, even though when they're strangers, it's like, can I please just hold your hand until it takes off or when it's coming down? Because I had all these anxieties. But I was 6 months into Carnivore and I flew to the Philippines and we had like 4 flights in the first day. And then we went to another country. And then from there we came back and it's all gone. I don't have that anymore. I can just get in, fly and come back and not have any fears or anxieties. And so, yeah, I used to have anxiety about talking about people like this. It comes and goes. It's not totally gone, but I'm like, you know what? It's okay. I can do it. I'm like overcoming that somehow. Whatever is working in my brain, in my mind, it's kind of working it out. So yeah, I made 4 videos and they're short videos and they're not anything professional, but yeah.
Helen, what's the name of your channel? We got to shout out your channel if you want to.
It's All for Jesus, all and the number 4, Jesus Carnivore. All for Jesus Carnivore.
There we go. All right. I just subscribed. I'm going to post it in the chat here. Everyone, you're going to get a whole bunch of subscriptions now. Everyone go subscribe if you want to get some of this Helen energy.
Please, anyone wants to get a hold of me, to talk to me. I mean, I love to encourage people. I love people. I literally love people. That I get energy when I see people. And that's my gift, is encouragement. And so because when I encourage them, I get encouraged. Somehow it's satisfying. I sleep knowing it's like somebody got, I was able to hold them up and pull them up a little bit. So yeah. And if they want to find me on Facebook, I'm just Helen Edwards. And I would be glad to talk to them and chit chat and even pray for them. If anybody believes in God and wants prayers, I would definitely pray for them.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Helen. You're incredible. By the way, I interviewed Helen on my channel. That video is going to be going live soon if you want to hear Helen's full story. But go subscribe to her channel. Thank you, Helen. God bless. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Awesome. Oh, that energy is incredible. All right. Let's see here. We've got an update from Dr. Nelson I got to show. Come on, open this up. I got to send this to my computer here. We're going to be giving away that Healing Humanity shirt in a second. All right, I'm going to just show you guys. Here's Dr. Nelson's picture. Uncle Fester. That is awesome. Halloween? Dr. Nelson, Halloween. You got it. Nailed it. That's so cool. Awesome. Thank you for everyone that shared. We got some more questions and stuff we'll go through here and see if anyone else wants to share. Thank you, Dr. Nelson, for coming on. Rodney had a question. How long before your irregular heartbeat and palpitations went away? Well, I don't know that I don't know the date for sure. I do know that it was about 11 months on Carnivore when I was watching a movie with Jen. She had her head on my chest. We were just laying there watching a movie, and she said, your heart isn't beating abnormally anymore. She's been to all my doctor's appointments. She knows about all my issues. And I was a jerk. I'm like, yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. It's been irregular since birth. And then I actually went to Walgreens and got a stethoscope and listened to it. And then I went to the doctor at 1 year, just a little over 1 year on Carnivore. I went into a doctor, and he verified it. And then he made an appointment for the cardiologist, and then I went in for test for the echo, the heart echo. And so it was verified, no longer had an irregular heartbeat. Prior to Carnivore, I think it was 44 or 48% of my heartbeats were premature, highly irregular heartbeat since birth. So I think I knew like maybe 8 months in, I was just feeling so much better. I used to get up and I'd be dizzy. And that went away. And so, yeah, the only reason I went into the doctor was because I was like, I feel like I feel like I don't have congestive heart failure anymore. I didn't really know about the heartbeat, but I just felt so much better. So anyone else here overcome irregular heartbeats? Sorry, I just got to put this in here quick. All right, the next question we have is, Walking Dead, why when we eat McDonald's, potato chips, fried foods, Twinkies, not one that's killing you? But steak, eggs, and seafood makes no is the end of the world. It's poison. Makes no sense to me at all. Thanks, Carrie. Yeah, Walking Dead X, I'm with you 100%. I experienced that myself. Are you okay? I had people telling me on Carnivore, I felt so good. I was losing weight. And they were saying, are you okay? It comes, I feel like it's not all evil. I think some of it's subconscious. They're eating those things and they're doing bad things to their body, and they subconsciously think they're doing something wrong. So they kind of want to pull other people down. I don't know, but that's a crazy thing. All right, let's see what else we got here. Charger Mopar Rick. There is no way in hell I will ever pay to join a play to. I will never join a pay-to-play group. Well, Charger Mopar Rick, that is just fine. Our group, Healing Humanity, is not for people that have been doing, what have you been doing carnivore for, 40 plus years now? The group is set up for people that are just starting, that need healing, that have horrible depression or skin issues or psoriasis or things like Lash went through, people that need more guidance. There's lots of things that I would never pay for as well. I wouldn't expect you to join our group like this. Why would you need to? You've been doing carnivore for 40 plus years. This is for people that need the community. And if people are interested in doing that, it's $15 for 30 days, which is 50 cents a day. For me, after 30 days on carnivore, I was good to go. So I anticipate that a lot of people that need that extra community or that little kickstart for 50 cents a day, if you did that for 30 days, that may be all you ever need. And it's not like we're just taking your 50 cents a day and not giving you anything. Literally thousands of hours have gone into our membership site. We have courses, all sorts of courses, liver detox course, Coach Lisa shout out, Carnivore Foundations course. We have 12 Zoom calls a week. That requires a lot of work, a lot of effort to do all of that. We have all sorts of volunteers. Shout out Lynn and Adam, Dave, all these people coming on, Ashley, coming on to these calls to support people. We do a breaking addictions calls, which I don't think any other group is doing. It's a 12-step program for overcoming addiction to food. And Lynn is amazing. She's volunteered so much time for all of that. So the proceeds, most of the proceeds from the membership site are going towards the documentary or the series. But yeah, Rick, I'm with you. Not every message that goes out in the world is directed to you. You've been doing carnivore for like 40 years, so the group isn't for you. Just like many things aren't for me. The group is for people that need community, and they're probably just starting carnivore and maybe going down a wrong path. Caleb's Carnivore Quest $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Caleb. When I'm in Washington, will you show me some camera and recording stuff? I'm not great at the camera stuff. Caleb, 100%, my friend. I will have all the equipment there because we're filming there as well, but I could show you stuff on the phone too. I geek out on that stuff. I absolutely love it. Before we started filming the documentary, I'm traveling all over the world right now for the documentary. But before that, I've been doing YouTube for like 10 years. I absolutely love all that stuff. So absolutely, and look forward to seeing you and watching you put up a good fight. Arm wrestling Dr. Sean Baker. I don't know if you're going to beat him, Caleb. You're going to have to really eat a lot of ribeyes that day. I don't know if any of us could beat him. That man is incredible, Dr. Baker. I think he just broke some more world records. I was just watching him I watch him on Instagram. He is such an inspiration. The guy's dunking basketballs. It's like he was doing what was he doing? Some speed run where he's like, he was faster than the slowest person in the NFL combine or something like that. It's inspiring. Absolutely inspiring. I want to be like Maggie when I grow up. I want to be like Dr. Baker too. All right, let's see what other questions. Oh, here, let's give away the Healing Humanity shirt before I forget. We have 57 entries. Thank you so much for all of the great questions. I'm going to answer some more questions here after this. Let's just give away this shirt here real quick. If anyone else is interested in getting a Healing Humanity shirt, I'm not wearing mine today. There's a link in the description below. Every single penny goes to the documentary. Congratulations, Elizabeth Trumbull. You've won a Healing Humanity shirt, and you can claim that shirt by going to healinghumanity.movie/giveaway. healinghumanity.movie/giveaway. Put in your information there, and we will send you a Healing Humanity shirt. And if anyone else is interested in getting one, like I said, all the proceeds go towards the documentary. We're on the home stretch with it. I'm so excited. I have watched the documentary in my head 1,000 times. The footage that we have, huge shout out to Adam. He's been incredible. Footage we just got with Dr. Barry. The footage and the story is incredible. It's amazing. I can't wait to share it with the world. We're on the home stretch with the documentary, just a handful more of interviews going out to Washington. Main documentary will be done, and then it'll be the series. And we're either going to do whatever we can with the remaining funds that we've raised to this date to do as much of the series as we can until we run out of money. There's going to be an episode on cancer for sure. And we've already filmed quite a bit of it, by the way. A lot of the work, I always talk about the documentary, but a lot of the footage that we filmed already is going to be set aside for the documentary. So we're going to have a whole episode on cancer with Professor Thomas Seyfried, Jeff DeProsperous, Tammy Peterson, Anthony Haydick, Brad and Maggie Jones. We filmed them. All of these people we filmed about cancer. We probably have 2 episodes on cancer. We're going to have probably 2 episodes on mental health, depression with Dr. Georgia Eid. We're going to have episodes on fertility, Dr. Kiltz. We're going to have a whole episode on aging. I can't wait for that one. Maggie's going to be in the aging episode. Maggie's going to be in the main documentary as well. Her story is so powerful, but we'll have a whole episode on aging with Maggie in it and several other individuals. Alex Cannon, my buddy Alex, he's going to be in there as well as Pastor Jimmy and Annette. They'll be in that episode also. Mimi, 70 years old, Parkinson's, stroke, nearly dead, just absolutely thriving on carnivore right now. So I'm just going to keep going with those stories as long as we can. It's really expensive to travel around the world and film, but I'm so thankful for all of the donations and people that sign up for the membership site or purchase the shirts. We couldn't be doing the documentary without you. I know I've said this before, but I haven't taken a single penny of any of those donations. I haven't paid myself in 2 years. I'm not complaining. There's nothing in the world I would rather be doing than this. It's the biggest blessing to capture these stories on people, on their behalf, on behalf of Bill Knott, on behalf of Maggie, on behalf of Mimi, and the 40 plus others that we've interviewed. In particular, the one that I'm most passionate about sharing is this one. My buddy Jeff, I carry around with me in my pocket every single day. Jen and the girls and I were going up to Canada to visit Jeff's wife and boys and his best friend, his medicine man, Dwight Garlow. And I'm going to film a little bit of Dwight while we're up there, but mainly we're going to hang out with Martha and the boys, and we're going to have some fun. And we're going to honor Jeff and honor Jeff's story. And we're going to have a heck of a meetup up there. So hope some of you can join us out there. If not, I'm going to try to take some pictures and get some behind the scenes and bring some of that back. But the main purpose of all of that is to honor Jeff. And we're really going to honor Jeff in the documentary. He was so passionate about the documentary. He was always wearing his Healing Humanity shirt. He was so excited about it. His story is the most important story in our documentary. And I'm not going to stop till we reach millions of people with this documentary. There's a lot of hopeless people in the world that are suffering that don't need to be suffering. And they're not choosing to suffer. They're not choosing to have horrible depression or choosing to have fertility issues or choosing to be a child with depression, fatty liver disease, and ADHD and autoimmune skin disorders. They're not choosing those things. The majority of people are suffering because they don't realize that it's their nutrition and that we've been misled by greedy big food and big pharma to believe that we need to eat all this junk that's killing our guts and then take all this medication until we die decades before our time. I'm not going to stop till we reach millions of people, There's so many hopeless people in the world, and they don't need to be hopeless. As I said, they're not choosing that. They just don't understand. And I'm never going to tell anybody what they should eat. I'm never going to tell you, you should eat carnivore because I'm eating carnivore. You should eat like I'm eating. But I'm not going to shut up until people at least have the additional tool in their toolbox and realize that the reason they're suffering isn't because they are a fluke. They aren't defective. It's not genetics. It's simply the food you're eating. Change your diet, change your mind, change your diet, fix your life, you fix everything. So many people are suffering and they don't need to be. So if you guys are interested in learning more about our documentary, I know there's a lot of new people on here right now. Please visit healinghumanity.movie and you can see the little teaser trailer. Maybe I'll end this. I'm going to end it with this. Before I go here, there's still 300 people on here. There's a lot of people that haven't seen this yet. I am going to end the call showing you a little 3-minute our trailer. This is a little teaser trailer. Some of you have probably seen it already. Many of you may have not. And we have the new version. We have another trailer coming out soon. Our editor John's going to be working on that shortly. He's finishing up the Maggie edit right now. But I'm going to show you guys this just in case you haven't seen it. Dr. Jordan Peterson tweeted this out to 6 million followers on Twitter, and he left us some nice comments about it. And yeah, if you want to know what is he talking about, this documentary, hopefully this will give you a good idea. So here we go. I'll make this full screen. Here we go. A proper human. Hello, Carrie here from Healing Humanity. A proper human diet has changed my life forever. Not only am I down over 100 pounds since my heaviest, I also overcame depression and anxiety and many other issues. Now I'm going on a journey to help others do the same.
You know, I've been a doctor for nearly 30 years now.
We've all been misled for so long.
And they gave me pills for anxiety. They gave me pills for depression.
Our bodies are so deficient and so malnourished that of course you're going to get diseases. Of course you're going to get sick.
I believe that I may have caused my cancer.
It is no way to live. It's a nightmare.
I was just so hopeless for so many years. It just kills me to know that the answer was out there the whole time.
The food that we're eating nowadays is simply not food. I mean, just because we put it in our mouths and we chew it and swallow it doesn't make it food.
We can sit back and we can say the bloody doctors, it's not their fault. They were trained and they're doing what they were trained to do.
The thing that really pisses me off is that the people that we should have been able to trust, the literal organizations that we look up to protect us, are the people who have done the majority of the misleading.
I'm 82 years old, which is just a chronological number. You put the right fuel in the engine and the engine works.
I've now transitioned from a disease manager to a disease healer. I've transitioned from a drug dealer to a healer.
3 weeks ago, I didn't know this man, Bill, from Alaska. Bill is 700 pounds and he's been stuck in his house for 4 years. You nervous?
I'm nervous, Gary. You know, I live in Alaska, the most incredible place on the planet. I had to have a toilet put, a few feet from my bed, which I can barely walk to as is. I have not been outside in over 4 years. This is life or death for me. I'm sorry, Gary. I'm sorry about that.
Here.
Man.
Thanks, dude. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Now, for the first time in a long, long time, I'm looking towards the future, which I have not had in such a long, long time. And it's just the most incredible feeling.
Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed our preview. There's so many more stories out there that need to be told. If you want to learn more, if you want to contribute, if you want to support our efforts, please visit healinghumanity.movie. All right, there you go. Wow, again, a lot of comments in here. I assume most people saw that, but I'm so dumb sometimes. There's probably a lot of new people on here that never saw that. So glad that some of you are seeing that. And huge shout out to Bill Knott, by the way. Go subscribe to Bill's channel. His story is so inspirational. He's a huge part of the documentary. It's incredible. But if you enjoyed that, I will just end with this. Hang on tight and just wait, because you ain't seen nothing yet. And that's not me patting myself on the back. That's all of these individuals who have bravely shared their story. The next trailer that we have, since we filmed those individuals, we filmed like 40 more. We filmed all of the good doctors. We've got Dr. Chafee. We filmed him 2 or 3 times. We got Dr. Baker. We got Dr. Berry. We got Dr. Kiltz, Dr. Philip Ovadia, Dr. Lisa Wiedemann, Professor Thomas Seyfried, Dr. Tony Hampton. We filmed all of these good doctors and about 40 individuals with just powerful, incredible stories. So the purpose of the next teaser trailer is to show you guys sort of the scope of this and some additional stories and some additional doctors. So I think you guys are going to be really excited with that. We've sort of roughed a little bit of it together now, including a clip with Tammy Peterson, who is just absolutely incredible in the cancer segment of our documentary. We never would have filmed Tammy Peterson, by the way, if not for Jeff DeProsperous. We never would have had cancer in our documentary at all if not for Jeff DeProsperous. And like I said, now we filmed several individuals and several cancer specialists. We filmed Professor Thomas Seyfried and about 4 other individuals that work at Boston College with him in his cancer lab. So really excited to share all of that with the world. So thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate you all. Go check out Bill's channel after this. If you guys didn't see Bill's latest video, you guys are missing out. Have a good night. Thanks. Beep.